had interviewed with about half a dozen brokers while I was going through the classes. And then I'm 3 weeks out from taking my test. And I'm having dinner one night with a friend of mine. You know him. His name's Rob Flick. He and his wonderful wife, Jen. And we're having dinner one night. And lo and behold, he starts to give me a stock tip. He knew I was playing around with the stock market. And I started asking some questions about it. We went back and forth. And I started to realize it was a brokerage he was talking about that he was saying that I might consider investing in. As I asked him more questions, I found out he had become a part of it. And I remember looking at Rob going, wait a sec, I thought you'd been retired for over 10 years ago as I was, Sean. But when I saw this brokerage, he said, it's going to change everything about real estate, the entire landscape and the way agents are being compensated. Well, I highly respected Rob, right? He had multiple houses. The guy was a millionaire. And obviously when he told me that he was now a part of this company, and I looked at him and I said, Rob, I'm going to be taking my test here in 3 weeks to get my real estate license. He's looking back at me like, what? He goes, you ever heard of this company? And I said, no. And well, that night he had already pre-called me before, said, hey, when I come over that night, I've got to step aside and do a webinar. Shouldn't take me about 45 minutes. He goes, would you have an office, something I could step? And I said, yeah. So I didn't know anything what it was about until we had that conversation at dinner. He goes and does the webinar. I'm sitting right behind him when he does it that night. So I'm watching it. And I remember, Jeff, getting stirred up and emotional, right? Because I've been praying, Sonia and I, and again, I'm going down the real estate path anyway. And then when I see this model, I'm like, oh my gosh, God, did you just put this right in front of me for a reason? I remember Rob turning around, looking at me going, man, he goes, he goes, give me some feedback. And what's your thoughts on it? I remember looking at Rob and I was kind of choked up. And I said, let me make sure I understand what I just saw there. First of all, are there other brokerages that are doing this, that are paying agents 3 different ways, can help them get set up for retirement, allow them to have ownership, passive income, all this? And he said, Sean, not that we're aware of. And I went, well, Rob, if that's a real thing, why wouldn't everybody just eventually join EXP? And he kind of looked at me and laughed. He said, well, Sean, one day we think they will. That was about 3,000 agents when I looked at it. Fast forward 5 years, we're at about 85,000. So what he said was true. And thank God I made the move. And it's been an unbelievable ride up to this point. I've been blessed beyond measure. And I know timing is everything, but if I spoke to that for anybody that might watch this, I really do think we are just coming out of the gates. All that we've done now is we paved the road, because it was a little tough those first couple of years, right? Not to go into all those details, but man, the road is paved right now. And it's been an incredible blessing to watch what's happening with so many agents and brokers who have aligned themselves with us. So it's been truly amazing, Jeff.